So, what's up guys? Today we are finally back with our Battle Royale series. So, you guys have been waiting very long. We are gonna move on to our item drops and sprite hide when touching the edge. Now, I've actually designed this code, which doesn't really work well, by the way. But we still need this code. I'm gonna fix it right here, So when I receive move level, if not clone ID equals P, then we're gonna do position enemy X and enemy Y, do stuff. Now, and when you finish that code, which is right here, so -2 plus my X position, if that is less than my X position minus scroll X, and X minus scroll X is less than 2 plus my X position, and -2 plus Y position is less than my Y minus scroll Y, and Y minus scroll Y is less than my 2 plus Y position. Then we are going to show, else we are going to hide. Now that's the basic code. And then if that is done, you're going to drag this into your projectile sprite. And then boom, here it is. Now basically you have that, and then you're going to drag that in and put it under the bullet and do position X and Y. Now when I was testing this out, the bullet works fine, but if you see on the edge, they kind of just glitch out and then show hide every frame. And another problem was that when I move, they go crazy, which definitely isn't what we want. Now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna go into the enemy. We're going to do when I receive tick, we're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna drag this in here. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna go ahead and get enemy X and enemy X. And we're gonna get rid of these two, get enemy Y and enemy Y. And I think that should work a little bit better. Yeah. And how that's happening is if you go to the backdrop, this tick is and wait type of broadcasting, and move level, if you see it, is just not and wait. So which kind of calculates it a little bit different. So yeah, I would like you guys to do that, which is not hard to do, by the way. So yeah, that's I think what you should do. Now what we're gonna do is to finally move on to our item drops. So what happened to that long time was that I was trying to get the right, most efficient, most easiest type, like method to create our item drops, which I kind of failed. So yeah, I did manage to succeed and get this method done. But the problem was that it might not be the most efficient way, but it works fine. Now what we're going to do is to create a new sprite, and we're going to name it chest. And what you're going to do is you are going to make your first costume 0, and then you're going to draw your chest costume. So what I'm going to do is to be back with my epic chest costume. So guys, here is my epic chest costume. Pretty cool, pretty nice. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to our code and start coding. Now go to event, get when green flag is clicked, and we will obviously want to hide our parent costumes, so let's go ahead and get the hide. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create our variables. We're gonna name it health for this sprite only. And we're gonna name X position, obviously, and now you know the next one, Y position, like that, for this spread only for all three. And then we actually got few left. Let's go ahead and get holding slot. That's pretty good. Now we're going to do when I receive setup. We're obviously going to go ahead and delete this clown. And then what we're going to do is when I receive setup, we are going to hide again. And then we are going to do clone chest. I remember to check that run without screen refresh button. And then let's clean up, sort of like that. And when I receive clone chest, we're going to repeat 1, 2. Because this is a test project, let me just do 5. You guys can do more, obviously. And we're going to make a block. We're going to name it clone at X. And we're going to do X and Y. Then Y. Remember to check run without screen refresh for this too. And then we're going to drag that in here. We're going to get pick random. Because we don't want it too far from the player for now, and we don't have that much, we're going to do -200 to 200. And because we don't only want 1, we at least want 3. So let's make that pick random 3 to 325. So good. Now what I'm going to do is for the Y, I'm just going to duplicate this in, and I'm going to get switch costume to 0 just in case. Because we do need our parent to stay in costume 0. And then we're going to do clone at, go to our X and Y. We're going to set our, we're going to set our X and our Y. Actually we don't need this, and let's just do that. And then we're going to do create clone of myself. One thing I forgot is go to little looks and switch costume to chest, because obviously we want our chest to be visible, because there's literally nothing and it's not visible if you do that. Now what we're going to need is when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone, we're going to do forever if equals holding slot is punch. We are going to, if touching the player, we're going to change our health by -1. And we are actually going to do or the projectile. And then let's go ahead and repeat 2 times. Let's turn clockwise 10 degrees and then wait 0.05 sec, and then let's just duplicate that and make that into a -10. And we are going to do what we're going to do is we are going to wait until holding slot is not equal to punch. We're going to duplicate this, and we're going to get rid of this whole thing. We're actually going to need that forever loop. And let's go ahead and set our health to pick random 3 to 5. So sort of like that. And we're going to do if it is less than 1, our health, we are going to make a list, item type, and item X, item Y, item amount. So we need 4 lists. We are going to add item type an underscore, because if we open a chest, item has to be random. And we're going to add our X to our item X and item Y for its Y. And then we're going to add for the item amount, pick random 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we're now going to broadcast drop item, and we're going to delete this clan. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the hide code if off screen. So we're going to do if receive move level, we are going to do if equals costume name is chest, then we're going to do it. We're going to do the same thing, but a little bit different. For position, and run without screen refresh, and we're going to put that there. Actually, we're going to edit it and add X and Y. For this X and Y, what we're going to do is minus and another minus. We're going to do X minus scroll X and Y minus scroll Y. That is what we're going to do. Now we are going to go to our X and Y, and then we're going to do if else. We're going to do equals. We're going to have an and first. So we're going to get two equal sign. Let's do X and Y equals our X position and Y position. Reason why this could be much simpler and we don't need those adding and minus stuff is because this sprite isn't moving and this sprite will always stay in this position. So that's pretty cool. Now we should be done with our chest cloning. They should spawn and we should be able to hit them. We shouldn't be able to hit them because we are not setting our holding thing to anything yet. So let's actually go to player and let's do when I receive setup, we are going to make another list. We're going to name it inventory to keep all the database of our which item we have and which item we don't. Let's go ahead and delete all of our inventory because we don't have anything. And then we are going to repeat 6 times in my case. Now, what 6 items am I going to have? I'm going to have a pistol, and I'm going to have a rifle. I'm going to have a backpack, an armor, a helmet, a soda, and a med kit. So that's actually 7. You know what? Let's just stick with 6. So yeah, you're going to count how many items you're going to have in your game, and you're going to input that number here. So now I'm going to add 0 to inventory because I have none of them when I start. So let's go ahead and clean up. And we actually have to set our variables. So let's go ahead and set our holding slot to F. I'm going to have to press F to hold nothing, so basically bare hand. And I'm going to do when key F is pressed. So there you go. When key F is pressed, we are going to set our holding slot to F. And I actually made a mistake with my explainings. For this, you're going to choose how many slots you can keep your guns. In my case, I'm only going to have 1. So you can hold 1 gun each time, and you can keep 1 gun in your backpack. Now that might sound like you can carry around 2 guns, but I actually meant to carry around 1 gun. So basically, I carry around 1 gun, so that's 1. And other 5 is my backpack, my medkit, my soda, and my armor, and my helmet. So basically, you're gonna have all your items except for your guns. For your guns, you're gonna add how many slots you have. And what I'm going to do is when key 1 is pressed, which will make so that I could hold my 1 gun, we're going to set holding slot to 1. But we're going to do if not equals 0, item 1 of inventory. Because item 1 of inventory will represent if I have the gun or not. Now we're going to do when I receive a setup, we are going to repeat until we are going to do attack. And for the attack, you don't have to check the run without screen refresh, because if attack is used to organize. For the attack, you are going to get rid of this, get this code, because it's actually going to get a lot longer right now, and attach to attack. Now we're going to go to the controls, get if else statement. We're going to attach all of these and put it all in there. So that is good. And we're going to go to the operators. We're going to get it and. So if our shoot delay is greater than 0.1 and our equals a pistol, so item inventory holding slot of inventory equals a pistol, then we're gonna do it. And I'm actually gonna make the delay like 0.4, like that. Probably we can't get to the end in this episode. Probably gonna have to break it into 2 parts for my item drops. But let's just quickly move on so we can finish it faster. So there you go. So if my shoot delay is greater than 0.05, a lot faster than my pistol, and if it's rifle. And we don't have to switch anything in there. But for our last one, we're going to do if, and we're going to get that. For the shoot delay, I'm going to do 1.2, and we're going to get rid of this item thing. We're going to do F if our holding slot is F, which basically means if we are holding nothing. We are going to broadcast melee attack. And wait. Now that's going to be our new attack thingy. And now we have to come to our main code because we do have to edit a few things. We're going to get item 1 of inventory. And that's going to be good. Let's just go to the costume and let's name this F. And then I'm actually going to edit this costume a little bit. So there are my costume. This is my basic costume, F, pistol, and my rifle. Pretty nice, pretty good, and we're going to move on. Point towards the mouse pointer, what we're going to do is if our holding slot is not equal to punch, because we are going to have to do it a little bit different, and we're going to edit it manually. So now what we're going to do is if, and we're going to get it or equals, holding slot is if equal to F, punch. Then we're going to switch our costume to F. and we actually have to get an or, and we're going to do F. And actually what we could do is name this our default costume. Yeah, that should do it. And the last thing we're going to do in this episode is to finish up our melee attack. So let's get our melee attack, and let's go ahead and set our holding slot to punch. And then we're going to do repeat 2 times, turn clockwise, -7 degrees, or you could do counterclockwise 7 degrees, but I'm actually more comfortable with this. And let's do repeat 10 times, do clockwise 7 degrees. So you're going to duplicate that 2 codes, we're going to get rid of the bottom 2, and we're going to do 7 and turn 7 degrees. We're actually going to have to make that 3. Final code you're going to need is to set your hold slot back to punch. I mean F. So now if we go, you kind of see that now, and you can break the box. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's actually working pretty good. And now we got to our chest spawnings, and we got hide if touching the edge or off screen, and we got yeah, everything else basically done. That's pretty good, cool. And hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it. Hit the like button too. If you didn't enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Please join in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace.